Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier in the Air, episode 5. It's bright and sunny on this February 6th, 2022, so I hope everybody made it through some of the coldest weather we've had around here in a while, if not in your area, if you're not in the Austin Cedar Park area. And hope you stayed safe and warm, and your family stayed safe and warm, and your pipes didn't break, and your trees didn't fall. So before I get into another update on my tree, which I know I said goodbye to it, and yet I'm still having to deal with it. But before we get to that, I've been getting some notes about the music and some of the music that I've been using here. So the opening music that we had, or that I had, is a song called Supernova, and I'm not sure who composed it or anything like that, because the editing software I use doesn't have that information readily available, so I'm not sure where it's coming from. But I wanted to let you know it's called Supernova. You can probably search for it by either using a app on your phone or just doing a search for Supernova online, and composer, like Supernova composer music, and then you'll be able to find a couple of different ones out there. So anyway, excuse me. Yes, for those of you who have been asking, the cough is still there. It is still kind of like an allergy, asthma type thing. I have not been taking anything on the regular for it, because it doesn't seem to do anything. Inhalers make me too jittery. Claritin and other things dry me out way too much and cause even worse issues. So I'm just having to deal with it. So it'll be gone probably later rather than sooner. And then once it's gone, it goes away for at least a couple of years. So a lot of things going on for this episode. So the one that we're going to talk about first is the tree. So, February 2nd, Groundhog's Day, I got up first thing in the morning, took a deep breath, sat up, put my feet on the ground, and then I heard and I just knew it was my tree, another one of my limbs. So I went out, looked out, couldn't see much because it was still pitch black. So I said, well, I can kind of see the fences. I can see my house. I know there's nothing, no damage. So I'll just have to deal with it later. So later, I was able to actually take a good look out from my back door to see what had occurred. And it turns out that it was quite a bit that had occurred. Still no damage, so that's good. No damage as far as to the house or to the deck or to my fences or to anything on my neighbor's yards. But however, it was quite a bit for me. So for work for me to do. So I'm gonna have to get to it. So let me show you a little video of what I'm dealing with now. So the other limb that fell down looked pretty big from what people were saying. So take a look at this one. Okay, so you see the damage that's done. It's a little difficult here, but the limb was really huge and goes across the back part of my yard, and so you can see in the right-hand side and in the on the left-hand side, and then in the middle you can see the breaks of the tree there. So here's part of the limb that came down, and it shattered this wrought iron chair that I had. Unbelievable. The chair was 70 pounds if it was an ounce. Here's a couple of days later. I wanted to give a better shot from the side of the house. As to, you can see it took out my vegetable garden cages. And then this was the picnic table. Quite sturdy one, but it shattered it on the corner there like it was nothing. Pretty bad too. And then this is from the back side of it as it looks towards my house on the right. And you could see that was pretty bad as well. And then I wanted to take a final shot of like where it snapped off. This was what was on the right side in the beginning, so you can see how much damage it actually did. Okay, so good news is that big chunk fell down, and it looks like it only took out my vegetable garden, and that's about it. As you can see up there, it also was probably the biggest chunk, and it looks like another piece fell down, and it looks like another piece fell down. Um, but the thing is, it may save me money on trying to get rid of the tree, unfortunately. Okay, so sorry that you saw a little bit of my ring light there. I'm having to hold it because I don't have a good spot, and I found this is the best spot for the light, so I'll be fixing that for next week. So, what you saw there was the different area angles of the tree limb that fell down, and you heard the video of myself giving a little breakdown about how I thought it would be saving me some money. Turns out, here's the breakdown. So this is for those of you who have trees in your yard and own your homes. This may sound a little familiar to you. So, because of the limb that fell 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, I wanted to see if I could get someone to come out and give a quote. Well, a company that I'll give you the names. ABC. Legitimate. I used them before to cut down other things. I've used them to raise the canopy of the trees. I know they're usually known for their pest control, but these days, for the past quite a few years now, they actually do a lot. So I decided to give them first taste of what needs to be done. So had him come out. He came out on Monday, and this was before it fell. I'm sorry, he came out. Yeah, I guess he came out Monday. He came out Monday. And told me he could not cut my tree. His guys could not cut my tree. And when I asked him why, he said the one of the tree limbs on the far side, on the side closest to my neighbor's house directly across from me, one of the limbs that reached out real high was too close to the power line, and therefore he could not in good conscience have his guys climb up to that tree, and if they're cutting on that tree and it hits the power lines, then it's going to be a big issue. So he said they couldn't do it. I said, well, do you know of anybody who can? And supposedly he knew a guy. Interesting that he knew this guy and gave me his name, and I haven't had him come out yet. He's going to come out next week because of the snow and ice and everything that was happening on Thursday and Friday. I told him it was best not to come out, so he's going to come out next week. So then I was thinking, and I got some good advice as to why not call PEC, which is my electric company, and have them come out and at the very least cut that limb further away from the power line, so that ABC could come back maybe and give me a quote. Well, I got PEC to come out, and PEC came out and said, what are you talking about? This limb is nowhere near the power line. So in the photo, you see, in the photos that I showed you in the video, you see two lines running across towards my back fence. Those are not the power lines. Those are the cable lines. The power lines are about 15 feet above that. So the limb that the guy from ABC was talking about, at the very most, is going to just barely brush that power line, and it's a thin branch. It's not a thick branch. It's not hanging over. It's definitely not hanging over the power line. So PEC said, hey, we can't do anything. Our guys can't cut it because that's already 10 foot away from the line. And I don't know why the ABC is saying that you can't do it, or they can't do it, because at the very most it's just going to kind of slide along that line because it's a very taut power line, and it'll slide off, and then of course it's going to take out your neighbor's fence, but it's not going to take the power line out, which they were just out here maybe 18 months ago and had cut away from that power line anyway. I had some limbs that were in that line, in that area, and they cut them. So now I had PECs telling me can't do it. So I have like that guy coming out next week. I have another company coming out next week, so they're going to give me some quotes. But then I had this big limb fall. So like I said in the video, The more that falls, thankfully nothing happened, except to my benches and tables, of course, and chairs. But if I have more fall, it's probably going to fall on a yard. It's not going to take out a fence. And it probably cost me less and less. Yeah, I know, I'm cheap, but and I really don't want that to happen because I don't want it to take out any of the fence, because then I'm still having to look at filing a claim and then having to get the fence rebuilt, which I don't want to do. Not at this time. So we'll see what happens. I'll have to see if I can get a good quote. In the meantime, I'm gonna have to start working on that limb because it's just I can't do anything in my yard with that limb there. So I'm gonna start breaking it down today, and we'll see where we go from there. But other than that, that's the limb story. So excuse me, there I took too deep of a breath. Yesterday, I wanted to real quick talk about the moon tourney that we did. So, for those of you who don't know, neighbor James and neighbor Zaida, who have been on this show quite a lot, but what you don't know maybe is that we had a tournament yesterday for a variant of dominoes called Moon. So it's kind of like playing spades, but with dominoes. And we played for about 7 hours. We had Chris, who's been on the show before a couple times, and neighbor James and Zaida, and Chris's fiance, and neighbor James's two brothers, and we played for about 7 hours. So Moon Tourney was great, buck a game, all friendly. I only lost a couple of dollars, better than I expected. I usually lose at these tournaments, and so I was really excited about that. And I also decided I wanted to make something for the tournament yesterday, so I made a black licorice, blackcurrant jam Swiss roll. So for those of you who may not have seen that, I did a couple of photos of it, and I found the video thanks to my mom kicking me around the head a little to remember that I had the video of her and I making the Swiss roll. So I'm going to show the video first, and then I'm going to show a couple of pictures of the roll that I did yesterday. So let's take a look.
Okay.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Special Christmas. You're going to get this in January, but special Christmas that I'm doing chef-wise. I got my Pancho Claus hat on, and today I made a black licorice, blackcurrant Swiss roll. So if you can see, I have the bread here. I have the sponge, as they call it in the UK. I made the cake. It's got black licorice essence as part of the batter. You can see on the stripes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a nice straight edge. And it's supposed to be with the sharp knife, and it doesn't seem like it's very sharp. Oh, and I just had my first incident. But okay, so you cut it off, and then you make an incision, just a quick little slice about 1 inch in. You don't go all the way in; it's just a quick slice in there, and then you're going to spread the mixture. Now, to save us time and energy, rather than go with the buttercream filling and the blackcurrant jam, we went ahead and mixed it all together as one. I think it's going to be a little bit thin layer, which is better, which is what you want. So then you start putting it on there, and you spread it all over. And you want to get an even spread, and you also want it to be not real thick, because you're rolling this into a roll, right? So you don't want to have it too thick by the time you get to the end of your roll. So, but make sure you cover it all, and then try to make it as nice as even as you can. So here we go. So set that aside, and then my assistant will get a little bit closer so they can watch me. Sink or swim, here it comes. So there's the first roll. And then the second roll. And then the third roll. And then the last roll. You'll lose some of the filling, but that's okay. And we already have a blowout, but I think I can get it good enough that you see there's our Swiss roll. Okay, so here's a shot of what I did yesterday as opposed to what I did over Christmas. So as you can tell why there's a little bit of a difference is because, actually I don't know why the color is different, but I know I added additional cake batter as opposed to the black batter so that it would be better. Plus I inverted it, which is what you were supposed to do, and I didn't do in the December one. So, and then here is the finalized look to it. Again, more yellow to it. I'm very surprised why it's more looking like a yellow jacket or a bumblebee rather than like a zebra roll. But this one turned out really nice and it rolled quite well. Okay, so that was two different versions of the Swiss roll, and I think, like I did in the voice, like I said in the voiceover, my mistake was that I didn't invert the cake correctly. I flipped it over once to remove the parchment paper, but I didn't flip it over again. Or no, wait, what is it? Yes, I needed to flip it back over again so that you're curling it the way that it wants to curl. So, regardless, it turned out fine. Tasted great. Though the second one, for whatever reason, does look more like a yellow jacket or a bumblebee more than a zebra one, which was what I was seeing in the first one. So, turned out real nice. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're not gonna have a Zen moment this time. I know that's becoming quite popular, but I don't have a lot of extra minutes on this one, and I'm trying to keep them small for the new season. So we will have a Zen moment next week. However, I do want to talk about the Olympics. The Olympics have started. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, you need to. I know I'm trying to pick up events here and there. I don't have cable, and even with some of the memberships I do have of streaming services, I'm not getting what I want. So, and one of the things I want is men's and women's curling. So if you haven't found this fantastic event, it is really great. It's kind of like playing a type of marbles. It's also like playing those shuffleboard, also playing the bar shuffleboard that you may have played before in a bar with the sand and everything. And in fact, there's a curling place that just opened up here that my brother Rob has been itching to get at, so we might have to go out there and check it out. So, curling, right? So, many years ago, well, you know what? Let me show you here. Check this out. Okay, let me fix the light here. So hopefully, if I did this right, you should be seeing a split screen and looking at what I did. So what I was going to tell you was that way back when I designed a shirt for curling for the Winter Olympics. This was probably, let's see, it's 2022. It was supposed to be 2021 that we had the Olympics, which means I probably designed this shirt in 2011. Actually, no, I take that back. Yeah, probably 2011. So probably 11 years ago now, which doesn't make sense. So it's 2010. So let's be correct on this. So it's 2010. I started making shirts for using a company called Zazzle, where I was able to put T-shirts out there and buttons and whatnot. I did some stuff for the swine flu. I did some stuff for various other things. Kiss me, I'm Mex Irish. For those of you like myself who are part Mexican and part Irish, no, it's not 50-50. I'm just saying Mexican and Irish. So suck it up. And other things. So it was the Winter Olympics, and I had seen probably for the first time ever I saw the curling event, and I thought it was great. So I thought I'd put a shirt out there for it. So I have a couple of different variations of this shirt, and I got it out there, and lo and behold, before the Olympics was over, which was about a week and a half later, I had sold about 7 to 10 shirts. So throughout the years, I still have it out there on the Zazzle site. I think you can see the link there, and I'll put the link at the end of the show. Throughout the years, I think I have sold a total of 20 to 25 shirts with this logo on there, or that logo, depending on where the split screen is taking you. So, did I make a lot of money? No. Was it fun to do? Absolutely. And I would do it again. And I'm posting here again because right now the curling events are going on. And so if you know somebody who's really into curling, totally get yourselves one of these shirts, or get them to get you one of these shirts and get themselves one of these shirts, and check it out. I don't make much money on it, but it's fun anyway, and I enjoy the fact that people are out there somewhere wearing one of my shirts. And I know I've sold some of the Mex Irish ones too. So take a look. You'll get the link at the end. I still haven't found a way to embed the link in there. Maybe I'll put it in the comments for Javier in the air. But we'll see. So tell me what you think in the comments of this episode. And if you're really interested, you can explore my entire collection of or my entire store and all the t-shirts that I have there. So check it out, and hopefully I might get some more sales. Okay, so it is that time again. Here we go. Javier in the Air presents It's Spirit Time. Yeah, Spirit Time. Hey, Spirit Time. How are you liking the new intro to the beer, alcohol, wine section that we now call Spirit Time? I'm really liking it, but of course I'm a little biased on that. So give me your opinion. Let me know. Post your comments in the thread below for or in the comments below for Javier in the Air for this episode specifically. I started it, I believe, episode 2, so it's been going now for quite some time. I like it. I just add a little bit of music to it. Hopefully you can hear it in the background. It doesn't really go with the singer, who's beautiful pipes, by the way. Whoever that singer is, the guy's a genius. But maybe I'll find the right music to go with it for that singer at some later point. So let me know what you think. Okay, so sorry about that. We are here for the Spirit Time. So for those of you who are just joining me for the first time, welcome to the show. This is Spirit Time, where we take a look at a beer or a wine or an alcohol, and we give it a review. I've been doing this for quite some time now, and it is more often than not beer, because I actually drink way more beer than I drink alcohol on a daily basis. And actually, I don't even drink beer on a daily basis. I try not to, but I will for when I go out, when I meet up with tastings with the bro, or when I have my show. So it's not as often as you think, but it's still good. Okay, so that's why there's more beers than anything else. But that was a question that was brought to me just the other day. And if you want me, if anybody out there, any distillers, any winemakers who would like to send samples to my show, please direct message me, and I will get you my address, and you can then ship me yours, and I will definitely get yours on the show. Try it out. Give it the thumbs up, or no thumbs down ever. There's thumbs up only. and we'll go from there. So, for those of you who are new, I rate everything on a scale from 0 thumbs up, which has not happened yet, to 10 thumbs up. 10 up. Hopefully that was 10. You can count it again on the show when you play it back. Excuse me. So today, I have another new one for us, and thanks to Scott and Jana out at the Boutique for refilling my coffers with beer. And we are looking at Austin Brothers Beer Company. Yes, beer company. This is their Slamnesia Triple IPA. This is a IPA, like I just said, triple. It's India Pale Ale, for those of you who may not know. It is 11.4 ABV, and it's got a cool little logo on it. See if I can get it in there. Turn the right way, Javier. Angle it. Slamnesia Triple IPA. Now, this is Austin Brothers, and for those of you who know that I filmed the show in Cedar Park, right outside of Austin, Texas, they're not in Austin. They are actually in Alpena, Michigan. So, and I hope I got that said correctly. Scenic Alpena, Michigan, right here in the USA. So, if you get a chance to be out there in Alpena, they are on 821 West Miller Street, and it's Austin Brothers Brewery. The can says beer company, but then it also says brewery. And then one of the things I liked here, it says, pair this Austin Brothers India Pale Ale with dark chocolate, pork belly. Gotta love that pork belly. So bad for you, but so good. Funky cheeses, which I will never be pairing anything with funky cheeses. But funky cheeses, pad thai, and your couch. So what a great pair. One of the things you can pair with. So if you don't have any chocolate pork belly, pad thai, or funky cheeses around, you can at least certainly sit on your couch and drink. Like I'm going to sit on my couch to taste this beer out. So let me adjust my mic so I can put it down. And then I am going to now, excuse me, I'm going to open it up. Our Slamnesia, 11.4 ABV, by the way. Oh, lost a little there. So here we go. See if I can get it in my trusty tasting glass. Get a little head on there, because who doesn't like that, right? Once again, Slamnesia. Alright, here we go. Great full body, great golden look to it. I'm going to pick the mic back up. Wonderful smell of the normal IPA aroma that for those of us who know what IPA smells like, this is what it smells like. I'm going to give this another taste before I give you my thoughts. Really, really good beer. Normally when I have a triple IPA, it's really more of a punch to the taste buds. This is a nice. It's not that subtle, but it's not like that ultra punch that I was talking about. Really good, zesty, refreshing, and I know it's quite cold out here, so it also tells you to have it at 45 degrees. It's probably colder than that. It's really good. It's really flavorful. It's not too much. There's a little bit of a citrus taste to it, but I like it. I think it would go well with pork belly. I think it would also go well with maybe a po' boy, some kind of brisket, not too heavy on the sauce, and I think it would go well. But it goes well by itself also. I usually have some issue with a triple IPA, but I'm not finding any issues here today. Austin Brothers, you did a good job. This is their Slamnesia, 11.4 ABV. I'm going to give this 8 thumbs up. I think it is a fantastic triple IPA. If you have a chance to visit the Austin Brothers in Alpena, Michigan, go by, tell them you saw them on Javier in the Air and you wanted to try out their Slamnesia. If you don't have the opportunity to go to the scenic Alpena, Michigan, then you can go to the Boutique. And Scott, down the road here from me, I'm sure he'll have some available. That's Austin Brothers, Alpena, Michigan. There's Slamnesia. 8 thumbs up. Thanks a lot. And Austin Brothers, if you feel like you want to challenge the rating and maybe you want to hire one, please reach out to me, DM me, send me a message on here, and we can certainly talk about it on one of my shows. Or you can send me samples as well of some of your other brews, since I don't get to go out to Alpena, Michigan that often, and I can certainly try those out as well. Maybe even get the brother Rob on the show again, and we can do a tasting of your beer. So that was Slamnesia. Thanks a lot. Okay, so that was Spirit Time. And by the way, the music in the background was called Japanica. Japanica. I don't know of any other way to say it. Again, I don't know who the author was on that, the composer, but if you want to look it up, you may not have heard it that well, but I heard it before I dropped it low in the editing. Really nice. It really goes well with. It doesn't go well with the singer, but it goes well. Okay, so that's it for the show. I want to thank everybody for watching today. I know it's a beautiful day out there. Still maybe a little bit cold for some of you guys, but I think it's perfect for me, especially when I'm going to be out back cutting down a tree. So if you're out there and about and you watch this at a later date, I hope you had a good day. If you're about to go out, I hope you have a good day. And for anybody who wants to be on my show as a co-host for an episode or wants to talk about their business, please reach out to me. Excuse me, and you can direct message me. You can see me here. You can see me on Instagram. You can see me on Facebook. If you know how to get a hold of me, get a hold of me. If you don't, reach out to me on YouTube at Javier in the Air, and we can certainly talk about anything we want to talk about. Again, no religion or politics, but we will cover everything else. I will be talking more about the Olympics next week. If you have a chance, check out my shirt collection, my shirt gallery that I have for sale on Zazzle under J Ayala 1970. And if there's anything you want to see in the show, by all means, please reach out to me and let me know, and I'll try to squeeze it into my busy schedule of podcast. But I'll get it out there so that we can have what you are recommending. So I hope you have a good rest of the Sunday, and I will see you again next week. Thanks a lot.